just how it feels. Payback is a dog.
One step at a time. Right now, I still on my project trying to all this. I'm trying to story.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I back gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember YAHANNA's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. There was design 5 for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Yeah, on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and they head with that shit. Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I'll pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I did it, nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for it, I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They said you been in beast mode lately, you is not self. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line. Samuel. I got time to kill. Haters thought I died. I survived. They don't know how I did it. Got it out the mud. Straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a man. Circle tight. Yeah, back and seal. I heard they want my life. I ain't worried. I got Ray for real. Take over in effect. Yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women. That bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told him I need major motion. Think I'm joking. I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust. Now I'm too clean. Don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dog? Guns and butter, baby boy. U.P.K top, dog. Certified road runner. I'ma turn that E-car line van to a damn tank. I got choppers stashed in the attic like they had Frank. They had that shit on lock until I snapped on them like bolt cutters. You cannot play both sides, gotta choose your colors. See him throwing that one up with that W, that's my blood, bro. Fine in. I ain't show no mercy, I'm gonna show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel. I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it. Got it out the dust, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a made, circle tight, yeah, back and seal. Said they want my life, I ain't worried. I got Ray for real.
Got a tough welding teenager from Harbor Freight naked and something to guide you.
See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. Hey, hey. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. Yeah, yeah. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. Yeah, yeah. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left. I can tell you what it feels like when them problems kicking in. I call it real life. Now I'm feeling trapped. Who can I trust? Second guessing everything. Who can I love? I remember sleeping on the floor, ready for whatever. I was sleeping by the door. I was down bad, didn't want no one to know. I was on my own, didn't have nowhere to go. Everything I seen was a test. I was born to be a soldier, nothing less. This is the life that I chose. This the life that I chose. This the life that I chose. This the life that I chose. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. This is the life that I chose. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. This is the life that I chose. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left. All black is the uniform. Soldier dead and gone. I'm forever pouring liquor for him. Try me on my brothers, and I'll be moving bodies for him. Came up out the struggle and maintained through the storm. Niggas dying for dead presidents, fucking up their residence. White man dirty tricks. They call that shit politics. Vagabonds, and they some natural born lunatics. That what they is. They shut you down when you speaking truth. It black boots when you in the truth. It black boots when you in the truth. This is the life that I chose, nigga. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
Great content needs a great audience, like your boss needs validation. Thanks, guys. With TubeBuddy, you get everything you
Let me take a second, we reflecting with the light, but this the life, I fucking love it. Wouldn't trade it to be white, now that's alright. I got the right at birth, the devil's redefining work. No, I don't break a fold, I need and bake the dough, then recreate the flow. They think they making dough, what they forsake is so essential. Over lentils, get your issue. Guess who's on this instrumental with you? Gives a damn if we was family, view one bread and call it spam. I'm not a fan of Antichrist, they slayed the man, I swayed the Tim like here I am, the son of Sam is taking shots at David Berkowitz. Pussy. A different discipline existed in this New York state of mind. Say since now, no, not the actor, but the year we's effort. Not one thing in mind to grind until this gavel turns his words to mirth from Babel. Front lines is 69, I follow protocol. This kingdom built on guy bones, so I can't love Esau, and I can't fuck with y'all. I ain't gotta say it twice, you vouching for the enemy, but look, my father ain't have a father cause of dope, I'm anti-politics. Cause Christ died from a vote. How the richest nation locked the homeless up for being cold. How ironic they relating, smoking weed to getting stoned. You trim your ways and seek they love. I'ma bring this sword back wet with a vesta dipped in blood. Niggas giving up when they don't even give enough. Going nowhere fast, niggas always in a rush. I give them love cause my brothers lost. Christians eating, watch they brothers starve. No way I can serve another God. I give my love cause my brothers lost. Christians eating, watch they brothers starve. I can't serve another God. Cold-blooded. You know that you are. As cold as ice to me.
Check, check, check. Almost high Christ. You could turn me down. The gain, whatever the gain is. The gain is the knob.
Well, I had
check, check, check.
I turned this down. It was already up. So
give me a 144 in the chat if you can hear me. A 144 in the chat if you can hear me. Baba Kushah. I would ask that everybody else put their mics on mute. Unless you have a question, come off mute. Check, check, check. What's it saying in the chat? Let's see. Check, check, check. Who we got in the class today? We got. Okay, Most High in Christ. Want to make sure I'm coming through loud and clear. Let's check the YouTube, Baba Kushah. Shalom, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shabrakatha, my brothers. Yahweh Shamar Lathah B'Hashem Yahweh Shah, all my sisters. I'm priest and officer of 1,000. Bon Kayal, coming out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. And this is, we are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. And tonight is our Monday night scripture breakdown class, man. Typically, this would be the biblical history class. And this class is generally held down by Captain of 13,000, I.S.U.P.K, man. In the spirit of the Lord, I'm going to hold this class down this evening, man. So if you got any questions, put them in the chat. Tonight, we're going to be talking about one body, man. One body. And that's one thing that our people, in spirit, we don't truly understand the spirit of being one body. When it comes down to so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we do kind of recognize the value in gathering ourselves together. Hence, house parties, cookouts, birthday parties, you name it, man. Black people, where there is fun to be had, our people are there. And we much rather be in our own company. All right. But things have changed. And for whatever reason, we seek the comfort in being around the other nations. We seek comfort in things that go against God, man. And tonight, that's what this class is going to be about. One body, man. Because we're supposed to be one mind, one body, one spirit. All right. And the spirit of the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge is that of the Lord. All right. So when you hear that word spirit, just think vibe, man. Our vibe is it's a separate vibe. We have a set apart vibe in the UPK, man. But in the spirit of us being set apart is not to further divide us from one another. The mission, our agenda is to gather the 12 tribes back together, man. To gather all so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians together. It is one body, all right? So without further ado, Most High in Christ, they said 144 in the chat. Who we got in the building? We got I.S.U.P.K Bahamas in the building. First one in, UPK Durham, I.S.U.P.K Charlotte. I see you, Shabayala. Yeah, we in here. We in here tonight. And shout out to everybody that's in the class. That's in the class, man, online. Hey, can you call Officer Yanazar, Baba Kashah? And UPK Bahamas. If you can hear me, I definitely need a reader. We got any young men in here? My man.
Sir.
I think we got some young men in Durham. I think we got we may have some young men in Durham. I'm asking the Hebrew Academy graduate to read tonight. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But if we got young men in the class, let's have them read.
Sir.
Right. Salakia. Hey, Shalom of Christ. Oh, okay. No sweat. Then I'll have someone else read. Ain't no thing. Call Officer Kowal for me, because no, that's all good. Officer Young, sorry, man. You in here with us tonight, brother. I appreciate you. Do me a favor though. Call Officer Kowal if you got any other questions. I appreciate you, brother. All right, my man. Shalom, Lord Christ. Yeah.
Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ. Can y'all hear Charlotte loud and clear?
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, Shabayala. Officer Shabayala in the class. It's a Kosh Kowal, right?
Most High in Christ.
I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, brother. Yeah, UPK Bahamas, if you can you read for me? We're having an issue with the output in Durham.
Sir.
If you can, turn your volume down just a bit, just a tad bit. Your volume is to the max, brother. Yeah, let's clap it up, man. Clap it up. As I said before, man, we are the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, man. Under commanding General YAHANNA. All right. And what we do is teach daily life living skills to God's chosen people so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That is going to be a recurring theme this evening, just like in any other UPK classroom all over the world. The topic is us. There's so many things that are distracting us from being able to focus on us in the world today. You think about the things when you turn on the news. What's distracting so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? What is currently distracting us? Because when I turn on my news, first thing I read about is what? Somebody getting unalived over there in Gaza. They distracting you with what's happening with the Israelis and the Palestinians. You know, they're distracting you with what's happening over in the Ukraine or over in Russia, man. We get distracted with things like the politics of America. We're not really getting to the meat and potatoes of what is actually affecting us, being so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Now, I have seen a lot about immigration in the news. That's a hot topic issue for us that definitely affects us. But when it comes down to that, that's not anything new. We've been getting casted out of nations. We've been getting put out of countries, man. That's a part of our curses, us being scattered and removed from everything that we know, including our heritage. The purpose of this class tonight is about unity, man. All right. And as we get into these scriptures, you know, I want your input. Tell me what it is you think these scriptures mean. What it is do you think that the Most High Power is trying to convey, so we can actually have a real dialogue? Because in this school, this is not a church, man. You learn in here. All right. That's the whole point. Give me the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 4, when you get it. The book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 4. And when you can, brother, read that from the top, man.
So this is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4 and verse 4. There is one body and one spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling.
Start at verse 1. Bible
Sir.
Most High in Christ.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 1. I, therefore, a prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called. 2.
Who's speaking here? Let's identify who's speaking here.
The writer is Apostle Paul, sir.
Most High in Christ. You're damn right. And who is he speaking to? Because he says, read it again.
Come on. I, therefore, a prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called.
So Paul, he called himself a prisoner of the Lord. Why is that? Why do you think Paul, you know, a man of the Lord, called himself a prisoner of the Lord? What does that mean? What does it mean to be a prisoner of the Lord?
So like I said, if I may.
If you go ahead, say that again. What'd you say? Check.
So like I said, I heard someone else was speaking.
Yeah, repeat yourself. Whoever that is, take yourself off mute. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians don't know what it means to be a prisoner, man. We filling up all the details. What does it mean to be a prisoner?
So like I said, if I may.
Go ahead, brother.
Was the Apostle Paul using like an example, like being a prisoner? You know, the normal prisoner is under captivity of somebody else. Is he actually saying that he has made himself a prisoner unto the Lord Jesus Christ, basically?
That's exactly what he's saying.
Come on, sir.
Meaning, as a prisoner, you think about your rights. What rights do you have, or what freedom or liberty do you have as a prisoner? As a free man, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. You can eat what you want. You can drink what you want. You can sleep with whatever you want. You can worship whatever you want. But if you're a prisoner, oh no, somebody's telling you where to go and how the hell to get there every damn day. So if you're a prisoner, we're too, we've grown too used to being prisoners to the other nations. We've grown too used to being prisoners of the white man in his jails, doing whatever the hell they want us to do in there. What if you were a prisoner of the Lord? Think about that. What would it mean to be a prisoner of the Lord? So every brother that puts on all black and comes into this school and earns a name can understand what this means to be a prisoner of the Lord. What Paul's saying here resonates with me because I understand I don't have an option. I don't have opportunities to take indecent liberty with the things that I eat or with the way that I treat brothers and sisters, the way that I dress, who I decide to sleep with. I can't just, do those things on my own fruition. I am a prisoner to the Lord. Meaning I have to, everything that I do, everything that I, my entire being has to be in accordance with what the Most High expects. And there's a standard. There's a standard that we live by as prisoners of the Lord. What is the standard that we live by? Being prisoners of the Most High power.
So like I said, we live by the standards that are written in the Bible.
What is that? What is the standard that's written in the Bible? Because
The
the
law,
Christian
sir.
say, Most High in Christ, give them a hand. The law, damn right. The law, statutes, and commandments, right? So we're 613 laws in the Bible, man, that we keep none of outside of what? The Big Ten. We don't even keep those when we're in the world. Before you become a prisoner of the Lord, you don't understand that there's real-time consequences for violating these laws, statutes, and commandments. You see, when you realize that, if I eat this pork, this shrimp, this crab, this lobster, I could potentially, the Lord will kill me for doing those things. Shalom, shkita. The Lord will kill me for sleeping with a white woman. The Lord will kill me for, celebrating Christmas and Easter and my birthday. Those are the things that make us a prisoner to the Lord. Go ahead.
Con, what you bringing out is so heavy, sir. And in America, you got the court system. So in America's court system, you break America's law, they're going to render judgment to you in that court system. Where being a punishment to the Most High, say like if you beat a flaming faggot or something, God will punish you with giving you AIDS or STDs.
Straight up and down, Shabayala. I know that's right. That you're absolutely right about that. There's real-time consequences for the things that we do as Israelites, man. Not knowing that you're an Israelite and you want to claim being an African American. You want to claim being a Puerto Rican or a Dominican or a Haitian. All these names that were given to us by our oppressors, man. We don't understand that there's a certain standard that we must live by because the Lord deals with us. He don't deal with other nations. And that's one thing that I understand about love, that love is correction. The Most High Power corrects so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. He corrects us, man. So when Paul is speaking about being a prisoner of the Lord, that's what he's talking about, man. You don't have an option to worship another God. You don't have an option because he understands the penalty of these laws, man. Penalty of violating or transgressing these laws. All right. Keep reading.
Come on, book of Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 2. With all lowliness and
Hey,
meekness.
Salaki, brother, you know, I slow walk that dog, man. You know, I'm still in verse 1.
Come on. Salakia.
Salakia.
This is the book of Ephesians chapter 4 verse 1. I therefore, a prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called.
Okay. So in the world, you thought you might have been called to be what? A rapper? You thought you were called to be what? A mason? You thought you were called to be what? What are some of the things that we fall off into? What do we think that we're called to be? The best Americans that we can be? You were called to be in the Marine Corps? What were you? What is he talking about here? What is our duty? What is our obligation as Israelites, man? You can keep it over there. The water. What is our duty? You think about a vocation. What is a vocation?
Salakia, so when me a job.
Job. That's right. Your occupation, right?
Come
Your,
on.
your employment. And here, this comes first. A lot of brothers will find themselves walking after whatever vocation or whatever their job is. We call them slaveries in the world, man. You come into this school, you become a priest, man, a prophet. That's your number one job. That's your number one duty. That's your number one obligation. That is the vocation that Paul is speaking about here, man. It ain't slinging goddamn turkeys and tires or whatever it is that we do. Go ahead, Officer Ayathon.
Salakia.
There it is.
I got a precept. Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 13 says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
Right. No, you're right. That's the whole duty. That's your primary duty is to what? Fear the Most High, right? You don't fear the Most High if you're going into the Christian church on Sunday. You don't fear the Lord. Go ahead, Ayathon.
Salakia, if I may read on. Verse 14 says, for God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Go ahead, break it down.
Like so the whole duty of man, you understand, you can try to chase the bag in Esau's kingdom, you understand, but like you always say,
You got it.
behind every rich man is an evil and wicked deed or act. You understand what I'm saying? You chasing after this money, you understand, doing all manner of wickedness. You understand? Right. And the judgment of the Most High is going to come. You understand? Whatever you're doing, if it's good, a good judgment going to come. If it's evil and wicked, an evil judgment going to come. You understand? I can only imagine what all type of evil and wickedness is going on in Texas and that camp. You understand? For the judgment of the Lord to come like that. You understand? Right. And what the year before that? What was it? West Virginia? The same as that thing. Mm-hmm. Was it Western North Carolina? Something like that. Like it. You understand? I can only imagine all the evil wickedness that was going up out there. And the Lord said he was gonna pass judgment on it, whether it was good or bad. So like it.
No, damn right. You're right about that. Here we go. You pulled that quote, behind every great fortune lies a great crime. That's a very well-known saying, and I care not to say who coined that phrase or that term, but it just suggests that vast wealth is usually earned through ill-gotten means, you know. So you stepping on somebody in order to accumulate this wealth, you know, unless you are, adhering to these laws, statutes, commandments. You're gaining riches and wealth. I don't know what that is. There's a lot of noise in here. But you're gaining riches and wealth, and great riches through ill means. You can't do that. You want your riches, you want your wealth to come from the Lord, you know. And you're absolutely right about that, man. To fear the Lord and to do what? Keep his commandments. And see, one thing about us is we don't even understand and realize that those laws were only given to us. They weren't given to everyone. So there's something special, there's something exclusive about uh, being put in a situation as to where you have to keep these laws, statutes, commandments. The Lord chose us. Everybody else rejects us. Everybody else despises us. Everybody else hates us. We are a nation that is not desired, according to what Zephaniah says, right? But if the Most High chose us, who gives a damn about what the other nations think of us? That's the page that we have to be on. That's the vibe. That's the spirit that we have to have, all right? And as we're talking about our vocation, and it is serving the Lord. It is being obedient to keeping these law, statutes, commandments. It is holding true to your duty, whatever your office is. When you become an officer, you are responsible for a particular office. Some brothers have one office. Some brothers have a few or more than a few. But if you have an office, that's your duty. That's your obligation, man. That's your vocation. That's truly your job. All right, now we're on verse 2, brother.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 2. With all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love.
Oh, here we go. With all lowliness. You can't be a prideful bastard and be in here. You cannot. You can't be high-minded and haughty and be in here. What are some of the things that make us feel prideful, man? What are some of the things that make you feel like you better than what you actually are? Is it your education? Is it the amount of money that you have in your bank account? Yeah, the praise you get, that vainglory. Go ahead.
Them purple suits they be wearing in the Christian church and them robes.
Something about that purple, ain't it? Good night. Yeah, they say that purple is the color of royalty. How dare you adorn yourself in purple, man? It's a very effeminate color, but it's just a color. We get it. If you're not in the right spirit, if you want to, have a purple robe up in here, man, with fringes, tassels on the bottom of a purple robe, man. That's not in the right spirit. That's not the right vibe. That's a different vibe. What color you put on when you start shedding yourself of the world in here? Say that again, Officer Quadon. Put on all black, man. So you're not projecting. That's lowliness there. That's meekness there. Putting on all black. You don't have a thing to say. You got a lot to say, but you know that at this point in time, you're shedding yourself of the world, and this is your be quiet period. If you spewing everything that comes to your mind, you're not able to process information. You're not receiving anything new. So I didn't really. I did. I embraced my be quiet period. Didn't totally understand everything. I was as far as the vocation was concerned. It took time to really understand and have real respect, for this office, man. Have real respect for the manager in YAHANNA and Captain I.S.U.P.K and Officer Zion. You know, the men that raised me up, seeing the sacrifices that they make day in and day out, man. They're not prideful. They don't have they're not the opposite of lowliness and meekness, man. What is that? Let me see. Let's check that out. Where's that noise coming from? Hey, UPK Durham, y'all got some feedback, man, on your mics. Y'all take care of that, Baba Kusha. Anyhow, if you can read that verse again. Tell them where you are. Ephesians chapter what?
Come on. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4 and verse 2. With all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering,
What does it mean to be
forbearing.
long suffering? What does it mean to be long suffering? We so quick to just cancel a nigga out, man. In spirit, we quick to say rakah to a brother or a sister. If they violate us, if they cross us, that brother got one time. That's got one time to do this and to do that. You don't have the spirit of Christ. You're not being long suffering if you take that tone, if you take that position with a brother or sister in here, or even in the world, man. We're called to be long suffering, right? To suffer long. You got to learn how to endure hardness like a good soldier, what the scriptures would say. Long suffering, continue.
Come on. Long suffering, forbearing one another in love.
Yeah. Forbearing one another in love. What does that word forbearing mean? We're learning it here tonight. What does the word forbearing mean? You in these classes, you got to get you a precept book, get you a pen, so you can write down these precepts of these scriptures. Get you a Zondervan compact Bible dictionary. Get you a Webster's, a Merriam-Webster's dictionary, man. Because this is a bastardized tongue that we've been forced to learn here. When I was growing up in school, I knew too many brothers that failed English. English might come easy to some of us, like the Lashawan Kodash comes to Officer Kodam. But this is not our tongue, man. English is not our tongue. Our primary language, our first language is Hebrew. So you come out of the womb saying what? Mama, ba, da, da, ga, ga. You don't come out speaking the King's English, man. What does that word mean?
Salaki, sir, I got the definition, if I may.
Baba Kusha.
The definition of forbearing is of a person patient and restrained.
You said of a person what?
Of a person patient and restrained.
Patient and I didn't get that last word.
Restrained.
Oh, patient and restrained.
So
you're restraining those impulses to tell a brother or sister off whenever you think that they violated you or offended you. You are exuding patience and long suffering. We're talking about these are one body precepts here, man.
If I may.
Anything outside of that, you're rejecting the body. Anything outside of that is an attack to the body. All right? That's not the right vibe. That's not the right spirit. If you're not long suffering, if you're not meek, if you don't have lowliness of spirit, man. If you're not, what is it? Forbearing? If you're not forbearing in love. And what do we understand about love in here? We said it earlier. Love is correction. You see a brother or sister doing something that you know is going to be detrimental to their well-being or even bring shame to them or to this school, you got to correct them. There's a way to do it. We do everything in decency and order. You are indecent if you're not patient in here. You are out of order if you don't have meekness whenever you or forbearing a brother or a sister, man. You have to have patience. And it says with love. Yeah, with love. Keep reading.
Continue, sir.
Continue.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, and verse 3. Endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace.
Oh, here we go. That was heavy there. Endeavoring. It's another big word. You endeavor to do something, you try hard to do this thing. You try hard to achieve this thing. Endeavoring to what?
Endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace.
Endeavoring or trying hard to keep the spirit or to keep the unity. So we talk about unity. That's the opposite of being separate, right? That's the opposite of separation. Unity means what? To bring together, to come together, to be unified, right? Not to be separate. You got issues with brothers, so you opt to stay away from brothers instead of you getting closer to brothers. See, with me, if I got a problem with you, I gotta come see about this problem. I gotta go and see why I'm having an issue with you. I gotta see if it's real. There ain't nothing but demons. It's nothing but a demon making me feel that way about you, or vice versa. We blood, we family. I thought blood was supposed to be thicker than water. Isn't that some of the stupid things that we say in the world? If we're going to be one mind, one body, we're going to be unified, we can't be separate from one another. You got to fight in order to stay in here. You have to fight in order to be at one, unified with your brother or your sister. It is a fight. Any relationship worth having, like a marriage, it is a fight. That's the reason why we say life is war.
So, like I said,
Go ahead, brother.
we have a question in the comments. I don't know if anybody manning the comments over there, but we got a question.
Oh, Most High Christ, the water Shabbayala. Let's see. Scroll. This is according to who? I've met a Hebrew Israelite who wears something distinctive hanging from his garment. Is that associated with most Hebrew Israelite? And if so, are you able to elaborate on what it means? I don't know what you saw, sister Shanavery or Salakia. Shanavery Cherry. I don't know what you saw on this so-called Israelite. Let me ask you, can you describe what you saw? Was it tassels? Was it tzitzis or whatever they call it? Was it on the bottom of a t-shirt? Or was it on the bottom of a garment? Were there fringes there? Was there a ribbon of blue on those fringes or whatever it was that you saw? Yeah. Go back to that scripture while we're waiting. We want to talk about fringes.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 4, and verse 3.
Right.
Endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace.
All right. Well, Salakia, let's answer this question, man. Go to the book of Numbers. What is it? Chapter, 15 and 8? Say that again. 15 and 38? Yeah. Go there. When you get it, read. Because whatever you saw on the bottom of that so-called Hebrew Israelite, unless they were in here, it was probably out of order. I remember when I first started learning about the truth, you start looking everywhere but the truth. And I saw the fringes on the bottom of the t-shirt. I had made these I don't even know what you call it, like the tassels that you would see on a graduation cap. And I put a blue ribbon around that. And I hung that in my rearview mirror like that's me, being in accordance with what this law or this ordinance conveys. When you get it, read it.
So like I said, is it 15 and 8 numbers?
15 and 38.
15. So like
You can start at 37, 15 and 37.
Come on. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 37. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying.
The Lord spoke to who?
Unto Moses, saying.
He said he spoke to Buddha.
Exactly, Moses.
No, it said he spoke to Allah.
Exactly, Moses.
No, it said he spoke to Krishna.
Moses, sir.
So he's speaking to a specific person, one of the progenitors of our nation, right? Moses, what? What did he say? Keep reading.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak unto who?
Speak unto the children of Israel.
No, it says speak unto the white man.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
It says speak unto the children of Egypt.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak unto the East Indian.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak unto the children of Israel. That would be you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, woman, and child. We are the living, breathing, walking descendants of the children of Israel. We are the people of the book. Speak unto the children of Israel and what?
And bid them that they may make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
Bid them that they make fringes. So, Sinead Cherry, I'm going to presume that you may have saw fringes, unless you were standing outside of a camp of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge or the I.S.U.P.K. There's no telling what you saw. But if you were standing outside of a camp, or if this brother, this so-called Hebrew Israelite, is in the school, in our school, then he was complying with this law. All right? Read it again.
Come on. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 3. Speak unto the children of Israel.
Verse 38.
Verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
When we talk about a border, what would be the border of your garment? What would the border of a garment? I'm not talking about pajamas. I'm not talking about underwear. We're talking about a garment. Not talking about a t-shirt. We're talking about a garment. So what you see on those street corners or any feast day, high holy day, Sabbath service in this school, the brothers wear garments. And at the border, on the border of our garments, we make fringes. We put fringes on those garments. Go ahead, Officer Quadon.
So, like, sir, if I may, I always think about the movie, was it Blue Street? You know what I'm saying? Where Martin was at the border of Mexico and the United States.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So those like a border, you got to have two edges that meet. So it's not going to be at the bottom of your T-shirt where everybody think that your T-shirt is a border. Like Austin Tabawan said a long time ago, you looking like grandma's old lampshade. You understand what I'm saying? So a border is where two edges meet, sir. So like
that lamp from a Christmas story.
God.
Fragile. Like, what the hell is that? Y'all walk around here looking like a cocktail dress. You know? It's got to be on the border, right? Continue.
Come on. Throughout their generations.
Throughout the generations, meaning what? Everybody, mama, daddy, grandma, granddaddy, your children, aunties and uncles. This is a part of our culture. This is a part of our dress, man. This is who we are. When you look at so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians today, and you think of what our dress would be first thing you're gonna think is what? Jordans, Nikes. I remember when I was coming up, we wore cross colors. You don't know nothing about that. We wore Carl Kanai. Those are the things that would identify you as being a so-called black man. I came up during the era of FUBU.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to really talk about black dress or black garb, Hispanic dress or Hispanic garb, Native American dress, the Native Americans are known for wearing fringes. Then you see white society adopt our culture, appropriate our culture. You get Daniel Boone and Davy Crockett. These white biker gangs putting fringes on their biker jackets. You see Shania Twain wearing fringes on her leather jacket, man. When that's Israelite culture, all right? We're supposed to put fringes in the borders of our garments throughout our generations, right?
Come. And that they put upon the fringes of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Not only do we have the fringes, we have a border of blue. So whenever you see that, whenever you see the fringe, look for that border of blue. That'll let you know that this person, they know what time it is. I see a lot of people put fringes on stuff and they don't completely fulfill this ordinance. They don't completely fulfill this directive. There's nothing wrong with just having fringes. But when we talk about this ribbon of blue, keep reading.
Come. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 39. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
So when you see those fringes, it's supposed to remind you of these laws, statutes, and commandments. All of them. From not getting edge ups to not eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. From not sleeping with white women and not being a drug addict, man. Not worshiping other gods. When you look at those fringes, that's what you should see. You should think and reflect upon these laws, man, that were given to us. Give me the definition of fringe. What does that mean? What does fringe mean? Zondervan right here.
So, like I said, if I may, while they get the definition of fringe.
Most High in Christ, and then somebody's gonna pull a garment out of the Zondervan. Yeah, read fringe for me. Go ahead.
So like I said, you said to keep reading?
No. Whoever has the definition of fringe.
Oh, okay. I got the definition.
Go ahead, Officer Bayala.
Khan. This is the definition of fringe. The border or outer edges of an area or group.
Okay, keep reading. That's just one. That's the primary definition, right? You on Google, I presume.
Yeah, I Googled it. Salak.
No, that's good. That's good. You're not a dumbass with a smartphone. That's what Google is for. You in here, you know what I'm saying? That brother got wisdom and understanding. You're right. As Officer Quadam said, it's the border or outer edges of an area or a group. Keep reading. Give me that secondary definition, but I really want that tertiary definition. I'll give it to you. It says a decorative border of hanging threads left loose or formed into tassels or twists used to edge clothing or material. We don't wear tassels in here, man. All right. You'll see the so-called little hat, the imposters. They wear tassels and feetsies and, they do all sorts of craziness with what would be themed fringes. If you want to appropriately know how fringes are supposed to be worn, just look at one of our Sabbath services. Look at the brothers at camp, man. Come to one of our feast days, one of our holy days. It's a part of our uniform. All right. That's a part of our warlike apparel. Okay. I want the
Salaki,
adjective.
sir.
Give me the adjective for fringe. I'll read it to you for time's sake. It says, not part of the mainstream, unconventional, peripheral, or extreme. It's extreme to wear them fringes, man. In 2025, wherever we go, this is how I know that you believe this. You believe in this truth, man. For a Negro to wear fringes on his pants, on his jackets, and we go out into the public eye. We don't look like none of the fashion, none of the current fashion, whatever the status quo is, whatever brothers is wearing now, the Hellstar and whatever the hell else it is. I seen Valabasas taking our fringes and putting them on the side of the pants, man. Put them on the seam of the pants. They put the fringe there, but they didn't put the border of blue. We're not getting all legalistic. I'm not talking about jurisprudence right now, but that's Israelite culture, man, to wear the fringes. And it's supposed to remind you to keep God's laws, statutes, and commandments, man. It's supposed to remind you that you're an Israelite and you're not like everybody else. All right?
That's right. Salaki, sir.
Oh, they wore fringes to work. Man. Go ahead, Officer Shabbat.
Yeah, it was a brother named Malik H. He said, if I may, sir, is it a specific time or occasion when we ought to wear our fringes? And after that, the sister did respond.
Now, you can wear fringes whenever, man, but we typically wear them, especially when we go to camp. It's an identifier. You know that we're not like them. All right? We have feast days, high holy days, when we have our Sabbath services. Yeah. Whenever you're doing the work of the Lord, man, we talk about the vocation. This is a job, a very thankless job. All right? But I wouldn't want any other job. This is a dream job. To be real with you, who the hell dreams about working? Anyhow, is that it on the question? Sorry, correction. Not tassels, but fringes.
She made a statement before that last statement.
Right. So, sister, a T-shirt is not a garment. T-shirt is something that you wear when you hooping, or it's an undergarment like underwear. It's not something that we would deem a garment. All right. Yeah, like in the professional realm, you would think a garment would be what? Wearing a suit and a tie, right? Well, when it comes down to the Israelites and our culture, we don't wear that. We don't wear tassels or fringes on the bottom of a T-shirt. It's not technically a garment. All right. It's still like it. Most High in Christ.
It's Salaki.
Leak H. Go ahead. Who is that? Officer One?
Come on, Salaki. I was just testing the mics. Make sure that we y'all can hear us from Durham.
Oh, I thought you were going to drop something heavy.
Allah.
The water to you.
Come on.
All right. So where were we at? Let's go back to Ephesians. Drop that. Go back to Ephesians 4 and what? 4?
Uh-huh.
Almost high Christ. So tell them where you are at home.
Okay. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4 and verse 3.
Most high Christ.
Endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace.
So we endeavor to keep the spirit of what? The oppressors' holidays, when we gather together for 4th of July celebrations, Memorial Day celebrations, Christmas celebrations, Easter celebrations. That's not the spirit that's being spoken of here. What spirit do you think they're talking about here? So when it comes down to us being God's chosen people, we need to be moving and operating in one spirit, man. It's not the spirit that we see everybody else on planet Earth operating in. If you ever want to know the wrong thing to do in life, just look at the masses, man. If you so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, we don't have the option. We don't have the liberty to do what everyone else is doing. We were called to be separate, man. Just like that fringe, man. What did it say? What was that? The adjective for fringe? Read it to you again. We're not part of the mainstream. Unconventional, peripheral, or extreme. That's what we are in here, man. You have to be all of that. Christ is radical. Being an Israelite in current times is a very extreme thing. But it's the best thing. That spirit of the Lord, man. Go ahead, Officer Bayala.
What you bringing out is so heavy, sir. And you know the story in the Bible when the lady, she had an issue of blood and she reached up to Christ and touched the hem of his garment. She was touching his fringes.
Lord have mercy. You say she was touching his fringes.
God on one con.
Christ wore a garment. Christ wore warlike apparel. Even adorn themselves in what would be perceived as something that is haughty or prideful, and all that damn purple. Christ didn't do that. He had a spirit of lowliness and meekness, man. Albeit he was an austere man. When he spoke, people listened, man. Many waters, right? When Christ spoke, it sounded like many waters. Anyhow, Christ wore a garment, man. All right, so let's continue with that. You said we're in verse 3, endeavoring to keep the unity of the spirit. What spirit, man? The spirit of a black fraternity or sorority? The spirit of your step team? The spirit of what? Your bike club? What spirit are we talking about here? The spirit of Christmas, the spirit of Thanksgiving. What spirit is being spoken of right here? And that's a gimme. That's easy. If you in class, we're talking about one body, one mind, one spirit. And what spirit do you think I'm talking about, man? Are we not reading out of the Bible? We're talking about the spirit of the Lord, man. The Holy Spirit, or the separate spirit. It's not like any other spirit, man. When you think about the name of the Most High Power, you got to put some respect on that name, man. His name is Yahweh. If you do anything other than what's outlined in this book, in this Bible, man, you are out of the spirit. When I read about Christmas in this book, that's not the spirit that we should be in. When you read about Easter in this book, that's not the spirit that you should be in. When you read about someone celebrating their birthday, they're throwing a feast in their own honor, that's not the spirit that you should be in. That's a whole separate vibe. That spirit's going to get you unalive. That spirit's going to get you removed and disassociated from the spirit. Talking about the spirit of the Lord, man. All right? In the bond of peace. In the bond of peace. We talk about bonding, man. You can't bond if you got war in your heart toward your brothers and sisters. You can't bond if you like you're in the wrong spirit. This is the wrong vibe for you. And you think about the things that put us at variance with one another, man. And there's so many reasons for us to hate one another. But then I pick up this book and I see within the pages of this Bible, man, reasons for us to love one another. Us being as Paul said, beseeching us to be in the spirit of what? Unity, man, the spirit of peace. How you gonna be in the spirit of unity when you at war with your brother or your sister continually? When we wake up in the morning, we find reasons to be against another brother or a sister, instead of us trying to find reasons for us to be together. Instead of us
Salakia,
finding
sir.
to be in unity. Go ahead, brother. Salakia.
Salakia. I don't mean to keep interrupting. The sister said, yes, I understand. And she said, thank you. And also, too, what you just brought out, a brother had a question named Joe Penalty. He had a question going into exactly what you just said.
Okay. Joe Penalty, he says, when in school, what is the right thing to teach your children as it relates to telling a teacher or taking matters into their own hands if another student is harassing? So we believe in self-defense. And when it comes down to you're not tattling. You teach your children to be truthful. All right. Like I said, we do all things in decency and in order. And if your child is being harassed, yeah, they need to go and let whoever's in authority know what's happening. Go ahead, Officer Ayathan.
Sorry, if I may also too, as a parent, you understand, before you obviously tell your child, somebody, trying to harm them to defend themselves. But as a parent, you understand, you need to go to that school and let them teachers and the principals and all them know that child has somebody at home that cares about that child. You understand? Don't let the child go through that and you never go up there. You just email it and all this and that, phone calls. No, you need to go up there. You understand? And if you need brothers to go with you, you understand, you need to reach out to your camp leader, because there's been cases where brothers have went to the school so that everybody in that school knows that this child is somebody and somebody cares about this child. You understand? Right.
Oh, damn right. You right. Give him a hand. That's General Hyman's teaching there. You know what I'm saying? I know we probably watched the class together when he said that, and that he's absolutely right, man. But I would like to know how to lock in. If I can scroll up. Let me see. If another student is harassing them how? You can elaborate on how, your child is being harassed. Because what? The way their hair, or the fact that they, don't eat certain things. They're not participating in the Valentine's Day, party or what have you. How is a student being harassed? But we always in here. This is the thing I love about this school, is the fact that we don't separate the youth from what the adults learn. There's no children's chapel in the I.S.U.P.K. With the Proverbs 22:6. Proverbs 22:6. What is that? That's an easy one there. You can pull Proverbs 22:6 and hold where you are in Ephesians.
Come on. I'm ready, sir. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
What are some of the things that we are teaching our children? In the world, you taught your children about what? The Easter Bunny. In the world, you taught your children about Santa Claus. You taught your children how to trick or treat. But in the truth, we don't teach our children none of that. In the I.S.U.P.K, under Commander General YAHANNA, we teach our children the truth of God, the truth of who Christ actually is, being a very dark-skinned black man from the tribe of Judah. We teach our children their history, unlike what they're going to be taught when they go into these schools. First thing they teach your children is that they're what? They descend from the enslaved. So you got an uphill battle. you're already putting a mental block on that child with respect to their psychological development. They're looking at, oh, I don't descend from royalty, as the Bible says. My people are slaves. My people have been enslaved. Train up a child in what? Read it again.
Come on. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go.
So Officer Ayathon pulled Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, which read what? To fear the Most High Power and to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. That's what we teach our children. We don't teach our children polytheism. We don't teach them the false philosophy or doctrine of Christianity. We teach our children the truth according to God. We're training our children up not to be victims, not to be victimized. We believe in self-defense. We are not Christians. We're not pacifists. It's not. None of my children will be, God forbid. I'm not training my children to be victims. I'm not teaching my children to be the aggressor either. I'm not teaching my children to go out and harass other children. What does the Bible say? To live peaceably with all men, right? That's what we teach our children. And in that particular instance, you probably need to get some counsel on it, on your specific Salakia. Joe Penalty said, he said the student, if you can't read that, cool. Read that, Joe Penalty.
Says, he said, the student said he was eating his chips and the other student likes to command his snacks. Then the other student says he will not be his friend if he does not give him the snack. Oh, okay. He might be hungry.
He may be hungry. He may be dealing with food insecurity. He sees your son probably got all the top of the line chips. He ain't getting them great value chips. He getting what? The red. He getting the yeah. He getting the Doritos. He getting the say what now? Yeah. Yeah. That is definitely what children do. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you buy them top of the line chips, you might as well send 2 bags with them. Now, I'm not telling you to have your children be extorted, man. You know, we don't negotiate with terrorists or bullies. You know what I'm saying? But there needs to be some sort of understanding between what's going on with this child. Why is that child doing that? Yeah, the child is more than likely hungry. Maybe you can make an arrangement with the family, man. Send him a care package. Send a big box of chips, a big ass box of chips to his house, man.
Mm-hmm.
Work that out, man. We're not trying to create enemies. It's about being unified, you know? And with us, we don't even understand simple things about conflict resolution. That right there is simple. I can see if you say harassment. Harassment would be what? Bullying, like you came home in socks. Your child came home in socks. He getting smacked around in the back of the bus. You know, that sort of thing. This right here is it's a simple misunderstanding, man. And it should be corrected. I don't know why the teachers are not monitoring them. Yeah, they're not monitoring them because they're not supposed to be sharing. You need to go up there and have a conversation with the teacher, whoever the authority figure is in that classroom. Put some eyes on that situation, man. And here we watch over our children like hawks. We watch over our households, man. So our households are not spoiled or destroyed. Yeah, like Officer Ayathon said earlier, I went to the school and spoke to the teachers, assured me it would not happen again. So did it continue to happen? Was this after the fact? Joe Penalty? Yeah, take it to the principal. Always go 2 levels above, man. If you're not getting the rights, now don't break the chain of command, right? But I've found great success in the world with going 2 levels above wherever a person is. That person has to answer to someone else, especially you deal with an organization like the schools, the school system. You need to, be professional. Send an email, man. Pop up there and be professional with your approach. Pop up there and ask to speak to the principal. The vice principal come out of the office, now I want to talk to the principal. Or I'm going to take this to who? The superintendent. I'm taking this to the school board. That sort of thing. But be reasonable. You know what I mean? Understand the children, these things happen all the time with kids. You're not sending your kids to school to be victimized by anyone else's children, man. Is the kid that's harassing your child, would it be an Israelite? Brother, you need counsel, man. You probably need to seek counsel for this specific situation. All I can tell you is what I would do in your situation, which I found success in, and that is sending that email or actually physically going down to that school and having a conversation, putting some eyes on the situation. All right. It has not happened again since I went to this. Get that brother a hand. He said it ain't happened since he went to the teacher. Most High in Christ. All right. About transparency. If there's an issue going on, you gotta speak up about it. Otherwise, this is going to continue to happen, man. And that's in anything. If you feel like you're being offended or you're being violated, you're being harassed, you need to say something about it. You got to speak up. All right. Who we got in here? Okay, yeah. One hand wash the other and 2 hands wash the face. The child is hungry. Yeah, the child is definitely hungry. You know, and that's a part of the curses, man. You know, it was our bread in our basket, right? In the book of Deuteronomy. That is a real-time curse that we deal with, man. Food insecurity. Most of us live in food deserts. We don't have access to nutritious foods. That's why you see damn McDonald's on every street corner. There's nothing nutritious about eating McDonald's, even though it does provide nourishment. But we don't have equitable access to like Whole Foods. You're not putting the Whole Foods in the ghetto, man. You're not getting the Whole Foods in the projects or in the barrio, man, or in El Barrio. It's just not, it don't make sense to the so-called oppressor. All right. We have compassion. So it makes sense to us. But that right there is systemic oppression. All right. If you want to get out of systemic oppression, it's very, very important that we become one body, man. We gather ourselves together. See, you going to see about his family, going to talk to his parents, showing some love. You're extending the olive branch to them. That's us being unified, man. You're not trying to gain an enemy. You're literally trying to gain a friend. You're gaining a brother. You're gaining a sister. You have to do that, man. All right? Don't be so quick to be offended, especially if it's it's family, if it's another Israelite, another so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. We got to have more compassion to one another, man. Very, very important. All right? Let's finish with that. Ephesians.
Come on. It's the book of Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 4. There is one body.
There is what?
One body.
Oh, it's multiple bodies.
There's one body.
The Bible says that there was one body, all right? And that's here in the I.S.U.P.K. under commanding YAHANNA. Back. Keep reading.
Come on, sir. And one spirit.
And one spirit. In the body of the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, we have one spirit. It's not multiple spirits in here. There's one vibe. When you come to the feast days, high holy days, you come to the cookouts, you come to the Passover, there's one vibe, man. One spirit, man. That's the spirit of brotherhood, which is synonymous with what? Sisterhood, man. Keep reading.
Con. Even as ye are called in one hope of your calling.
What does that mean? Even as ye are called in one hope of your calling. What does that mean? What does it mean? As ye are called in one hope of your calling. Break that down.
So like I said, I'll attempt that.
Say that again.
I'll attempt to break that down, sir.
Most like, hey, you in here, you in the right vibe, you got the right spirit. Give it a shot.
Con, sir. Even as we are called, meaning that we are actually called, not of our own, but we've been called into this one hope. And this one hope is what we see as, I guess the easiest way we can say is this hope is UPK and the blessings going forward as we see the kingdom coming. And then
Right.
our calling which we are called to be priests and officers as I am.
Okay, damn right. Give him a hand. Yeah, I like that. That was an honorable response, and you're right about that.
Gotcha.
Think about our hope. I hope to see America burn.
Kind.
I hope to see my oppressors, man. What is it? How's it go, Quadam? A double portion? Yeah. I want to see all the other nations underneath us, the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. I want to see us set above every other nation on earth, man. But under Christ. You talk about the kingdom of heaven, man. All the promises. We want the glory, man. We want the authority. We want rulership. That's our hope. Go ahead, officer. Come on, Officer Quadam. You in here or you in here, man?
Check. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 18, verse 6. It says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled to her double.
Right. No, you're right. When you hear Babylon is falling, oh man, come on, man. That's my hope. Everything, that we were called to do in here goes against whatever the status quo is. Everybody's going in one direction. You want west, you're going in a different direction, man. That's to the top. All right. You have to understand that. That has to be your hope. That has to be your desire, man. Keep reading.
Kind of.
Go ahead, Officer Ayathon.
Like I have.
Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 14. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will get to Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them. They shall cleave to the house of Jacob, verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. We want rulership.
Damn right. We want rulership. Right. That's right, man. Keep reading. This brother responded again. Let's see. Slovakia. Meet with the teacher to address the issue of unresolved. Meet with the teacher, principal, and child. Still unresolved. Escalate with school board or city officials with the cameras. Good night. All right, Most High in Christ. Y'all working it out in the comments. But definitely seek counsel, man. Whatever city you're in, reach out to the camp leader over that city. All right. Go to www.isupk.com or .org. We're all over social media. We're all over the Instagram, the Facebook, the TikTok, the we everywhere. Wherever your city is, get with the camp leader over your city and request counsel. All right. Yeah, Sister Shanavery. Get with your camp leader. All right. It's the lock here. Keep reading.
Come on. So this is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4 and verse 5. One Lord, one faith, one baptism.
Yeah, one what? One Lord.
One Lord, one faith, one baptism.
Man, that's heavy. This is a clean cut against the Christian church. It's a clean cut against anyone that is subscribing to Islam or Buddhism or any false religion. All right.
Salagi, sir.
Go ahead, brother.
Salagi, if I could, if you're saying it's heavy, it's a clean cut. Because what I'm about to say, they're Christians too, but it's a clean cut against fake Israelites. A clean cut against anybody that says that we're supposed to have different groups or different any of that. That makes no sense. Salaki.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right, Officer One, man. You know, and that in itself was one of the reasons why we pulled this class, man. As far as the whole one body, I saw a video about, you know, we all know that certain zones are known for just gang activity, and in Chicago, that is definitely something that's been plaguing our nation, man. The gang violence up in Chicago, in just about every one of the oppressors' treasure cities, we have to deal with gang violence. All right, but I saw a video today. I think I sent it to I may have sent it. We probably don't have time to watch it, but these gangs in Chicago are calling a truce, and they're calling this truce out of, you know, the desire to stop the violence, to stop the gun violence, to stop all the unalivings. Innocent people are being unalive because of, you know, these conflicts, this perpetual conflict of these gangs that happen to be so-called Israelites, man. Not so-called, but they are actually Israelites going at war with one another, unaliving one another, man. This is a very, very sad situation. But this truce ain't gonna last, man. It ain't gonna last long at all. Yeah. It's not gonna last because the Lord ain't there, man. The Lord is not in it. Us joining ourselves to all this other nonsense, man, to no effect. You think about how many gangs are there the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians fall off into? How many gangs? We got some gangbangers in here, right? Former gangbangers. Think about where you lived and the gangs that plagued your school or plagued your community. Reason why you chose to take the route that you took whenever you walked to school. Because we got the Bloods, we got the Crips, we got the GDs, we got the Vice Lords, we got the Latin Kings. I remember Hope County, they had the Skeet Boys. I said, the Skeet Boys, what the hell is that? These niggas had white bandanas, man. No pity. It makes no sense, man.
It's a lot.
But I thought they was terrorizing schools, man. It was terrorizing Hope County High School. They tried to bring that to Fayetteville, man. But we had Bloods and Crips in Fayetteville. We had folks and had all kinds of stuff here, man. We had skinheads here. Anyhow,
It's a lock in.
Oh, go ahead.
We can't forget about the number one gang, the Democrats and the Republicans.
Damn right. That's where you get the red and the blue from, right?
Right.
That's where you get the red and the blue from. There was a movie called The Gangs of New York, man. Very, very interesting movie. I think Leonardo DiCaprio might have been in it or what have you. But it talked about the origin of that, man. We're following after the oppressor's tradition. They're the real gangsters. Give me some of them names. Bugsy Siegel. Yeah, Al Capone.
John Gotti.
The Teflon Don. I knew you knew that one. The Teflon Don, John Gotti. All of them, man. They get glorified. They get worshiped, man. Yeah, you got the Gambino family. You got movies like The Godfather. the Corleone family. You know, that's not our culture. Being God's chosen people, man. We can't follow in the tradition of our oppressors. We learn how to do all that gang banging from them, and we're terrible at it, man. We don't just kill a ops. We kill some innocent prepubescent child, man. It has so much potential. We eat the flesh of our own arm when we fall off into joining these gangs, man. But I'll level you up one, Officer Shabayala. You talking about the Democrats and the Republicans. What about the Christian church, man? The Christian church is the biggest gang, man, on planet Earth. How many different denominations or sets do we have in Christianity? How many? You can Google it. It's like over 42,000 different separate denominations within Christendom. And it makes no sense. It's organized confusion. It's not speaking about the one Lord, the one faith, the one baptism that's required of you when you come in here. You can't worship gods and be in the truth, brother. Go ahead.
It said there is estimated to be over 45,000 Christian denominations worldwide. Not 4,500, 45,000.
I knew you would find the up-to-date figure there, Officer Shabayala. You're a bad man, brother.
Most High in Christ.
45,000. You think about, the Christian denominations that you might be familiar with. You might have been raised in an area that had now they have non-denominational, so you can be whatever. You don't really have to have one faith. You're not affiliated, but you actually are. You still worship Caesar Borgia. You still eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. You still celebrate every godforsaken holiday. There is no separation, man. You are affiliated with all the rest of Christendom, man. We're not Christians in here, man. We truly follow Christ in the Israelite school, universal practical knowledge. All right? Don't get it confused, man. Give me Philippians 2:2. Philippians 2:2. The book of Philippians, chapter 2, verse 2. A priest and officer of 1,000 Bankayal. This is the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. We right down here, 454 East Russell Street in Fayetteville, North Carolina, man. I shouldn't be looking at the same 3 or 4 faces I see every time we have class here, man. I see y'all building in Durham. Got a room full of young men. That's the mission there. That's the objective. That's your duty as far as your vocation is concerned, to fish other brothers and sisters into this truth, man. We waking brothers and sisters up, man. We have been in a drug-induced stupor living in America, man. Time to arise ye and depart. You get that scripture, read.
Common Counsel, this is the book of Philippians chapter 2 and verse 2. Fulfill ye my joy, that ye may be like-minded. Fulfill ye my joy, that ye may be like-minded.
Fulfill ye my joy. Who's saying this? Who is saying this? What spirit is this individual in? It's saying to fulfill ye my joy. What is joy, man? Who? I'll give it to you for time's sake, man. This is Paul speaking. We're in the New Testament. Fulfill ye my joy. How do you fulfill anything? We think about fulfillment, we talking about execution, right? To execute, right? How would you execute fulfilling joy? What would be the joy of Paul, man?
So, like if I may,
Go ahead.
yes, the Apostle Paul, his joy would be as he was sent to preach to the scattered Israelites. His joy is that he see them come in.
Right, right. Yeah. That made Paul exceedingly happy to see other brothers and sisters that were once scattered, that were once worshiping other gods, that were once called by another name, to identify as being Israelites, to recognize what? The value in keeping God's law, statutes, and commandments. That brought joy to Paul. Paul was in the right spirit. Paul had the right vibe, man. As we should have, as you should have. Fulfill ye what?
Fulfill ye my joy, that ye may be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind.
Man, that ye be like-minded, man. We got to be like-minded in here. When you come in here, you sit at the feet of the priests and prophets, man. All the brothers, we are of one mind, man. We're like-minded. We all know you can't eat pork. We know that. We're like-minded. So when we have our feast days and our high holy days, we don't even think that pork is going to be on the menu. A sister hand you a plate, you don't even have to question what's on that plate because we're like-minded, right? Having the same love. Now, when it comes down to familiarity, we have grown accustomed to be around the brothers in our particular zones. But when we go to the Passover, when we go to these cookouts, got to extend that same love to other brothers and sisters that are under this banner, man, that are in this body. It's very, very important. You don't just stay secluded in your own little section with your own zone. And that's one of the things that really grasped my attention about coming into the truth. His brothers is all the way in the United Kingdom embracing me as the brothers that are in the same class with me every night. That was surreal to me. That was unreal. That was a miracle. Because in the world, I didn't like brothers. I found a real reason to be cynically minded whenever it came down to wanting to be around other brothers and sisters, man. But in here, it's a brother in the UK that know who I am. It's a brother or sister in the UK that want to be around me. It ain't because of you. It ain't because you smell good. It ain't because of Captain Zariak's oils. Because you're like-minded, man. We believe the same thing. And that matters. That ye be like-minded. Keep reading.
Come on. Having the same love.
Man, we have the same love for Commanding General YAHANNA. We have the same love for General Muhammad, man. General Mayaka Allah. We have the same love for these brothers, man. For the I.S.U.P.K. We have the same love. It's very, very important. We fall in love with doing the things, doing these, rehearsing the righteous acts, going to camp, attending the Sabbath service, saying the prayers, standing and facing the east. That right there, man, I got a love for that. These brothers in this room, we all share the same love for that. We share the same love for being hated by the world. You think we give a damn about what the world thinks about us? That helps us forge our bond, man. It helps us become one. One mind, one body, one spirit. When we go out to camp, we got the same spirit. It's us against them, us against everyone. Now, we're really trying to live peaceably, with everyone. But if we got to go to war, God damn it, we're going to war. Because we love this thing, man.
That's right.
The thing called the truth. Keep reading.
Khan. Being of one accord.
Yeah, we have one accord, man. There ain't no factions in the I.S.U.P.K. We all one West. There is no factions, no separate factions or groups. We're all warlords. That's the spirit of these fake Israelites coming up with these silly names, man. Separating yourself from the body. You're going to find yourself on the outside looking in. You're going to find yourself on Revis Island. Very, very important that we are of what? Read it again.
Khan. The book of Philippians chapter 2 and the middle of verse 2. Having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind.
Yeah, being of one accord, man. We teach the same thing. These breakdowns, they're the same. We're like-minded. You're learning from some fake Israelite group in some gay camp somewhere, man. You're not of one accord. You can't be ever learning. You can't be learning from everybody.
Right.
You got to learn from one place, man. When you go to college, you're not getting your degree the time you're studying from multiple schools. That degree ain't going to be the University of North Carolina, at Pembroke, UNC Greensboro. No, you're learning at one place. Let's be practical with this. It wouldn't make sense for you to try to learn anything here and then go down the street, put on purple, and try to learn from them. We're not making you sign NDAs in here, man. All right? We got to be on one accord, all right? And what?
Of one mind.
Be of one mind, man. In here, we follow orders. I subject myself to the men above me. I'm a soldier. I do whatever the hell they tell me to do. You should too. Get in class, man. Pay your tithes. Like I said before, we right down here, man. 454 East Russell Street. All right? And that's my time. I'm a priest and officer of 1,000 Bon Kayal, and this is the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. And I'm going to pass the class off to priest and officer Wadam Bun Yahawada. Yeah, to read the security announcements, man. It's a little different.
Hey, man,
Settling in.
get a priest of powers of the hand clap, man. You understand? We're I.S.U.P.K. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, operating under the leadership and the tutelage of Commander General YAHANNA. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. Salaki. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21. Malachi 3, 8 through 10 means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. Give to the Treasury Department. Priest fund not mandatory. Free will offering for priests. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. You understand? They got the memorial blowing the trumpets, which is the first day of the 7th month, Sunday, September the 21st, 2025. It's in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, 24 through 25. And it's a locker. And also we got the cookout, or the Chicago Midwest cookout.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Damn right. Give Catamount Choir, Midwest Monster of Mayhem in here. You understand? Get all your affairs in order, man. get with your camp leader and things like that and see what's going on, man. If you plan on going, you understand. It says, if any man want to be a troop in the school to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf, and with that, I march them just the brothers. Men of Israel, we're gonna render one courteous salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, my Shabbat, I march him. Barak, Yahweh, Shema, Yahya Matah, Sarm in the turn, face the sisters, I march them in the stand, Baba Kishah. Men of Israel, we're gonna render one courteous salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, my Shabbat, I march him. Barak, Yahweh, Shema, Yahya Matah, class dismissed.